I trusted my husband for years, but my sister's pregnancy revealed everything. He was the father, not her boyfriend. I need to write this down before I lose my mind completely, before the walls of my empty apartment close in and I forget how to breathe. My name is Sarah. I'm 32 years old, and I destroyed everything because I couldn't keep my hands off my own brother-in-law. It started so small. That's what I keep telling. Like it matters. Like the size of the first lie changes the crater it leaves behind. My husband Marcus and I had been married for 6 years. Good years, mostly. The kind where forget to appreciate what have because it's just there. Stable. Comfortable. He worked long hours as a software engineer. I taught high school English. We had movie nights on Fridays. We talked about having kids soon. Normal stuff. My sister Jenna was my best friend. 3 years younger, always a little wild, but I loved that about her. She'd been dating this guy Derek for about 8 months when she announced she was pregnant. Unplanned, but she seemed happy. Derek seemed committed. I was going to be an aunt. The first time it happened was at Jenna's baby shower. 4 months into her pregnancy, glowing and excited, surrounded by pink decorations and tiny onesies. I'd had 3 glasses of maybe 4. Marcus was away on a work trip. Derek cornered me in the kitchen while I was refilling the punch bowl. "Look amazing today," he said. Just like that. Standing too close. I should have walked away. That's what I tell every single day. I should have walked away. But I didn't. I laughed it off, made some joke, felt this flutter in my stomach that I hadn't felt in years. Marcus and I had fallen into a routine. Predictable. Safe. And here was Derek, looking at me like I was something exciting. Something new. Sister's lucky to have helping out. He continued, his hand brushing mine as he reached for a cup. "She's my sister," I said. My voice sounded wrong. Still. Pretty incredible. That's all it took. A few words. A look. And some dark, selfish part of me woke and said, "Deserve this attention." The next time was worse. 2 weeks later, Jenna asked me to drop off some maternity clothes she'd ordered to her apartment. Derek was there alone. Jenna was at a doctor's appointment. "She'll be back in an hour," he said, opening the door in sweatpants and a t-shirt. I should have left the bag and walked away. We talked. Just talked, at first. About nothing. Everything. He was attentive in a way Marcus hadn't been in months. Asked me questions. Listened to my answers like they mattered. Made me feel seen. When he me, I him back. I won't describe what happened next. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I let it happen. I wanted it to happen. I went home that night and crawled into bed next to Marcus and felt nothing but this sick, thrilling electricity under my skin. It happened again. And again. Always at their apartment when Jenna was out. Sometimes in my car, parked behind the grocery store like teenagers. I told it wasn't real. That it was just physical. That I still loved Marcus. I told a lot of lies. Derek started texting me constantly. I saved his number under a name. We'd message while I was sitting on the couch next to my husband. While Jenna called me crying about morning sickness. While I helped her paint the nursery pale yellow with clouds on the ceiling. I looked my pregnant sister in the eye and helped her pick out a crib while sleeping with her boyfriend. The worst part. I felt alive. For the first time in years, I felt like someone wanted me. Not comfortable, stable me. Not reliable Sarah who graded papers and made grocery lists. But me. Raw and reckless and wanted. Jenna went into labor on a Tuesday night. Marcus drove us to the hospital. I held her hand through contractions, watched Derek pace the waiting room looking nervous and excited. My niece was born at 2:47 a.m. 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Perfect tiny fingers and a shock of dark hair. They named her Emma. I held her in the hospital room while Jenna slept. Exhausted and beautiful. This tiny, innocent. And I thought this ends now. It has to end now. It didn't end. The affair continued for 3 more months. I got sloppy. Started taking risks. Derek got possessive, talking about leaving Jenna, about us being together for real. I panicked and tried to end it, to tell everyone. So I told it was just a few more times. Just until I figured out how to stop safely. Marcus started asking if I was okay, said I seemed distant. Distracted. I blamed work stress. He believed me because he trusted me. Everyone trusted me. Jenna asked me to be Emma's godmother. I cried at the christening. Real tears. Because I knew, somewhere deep down, that this was all going to. That I was standing on it I'd built. The truth came out on a Saturday. Emma was 5 months old. Jenna stopped by my house unannounced with the baby. I was in the shower. She used her spare key to let herself in. My phone was on the kitchen counter. Derek's text lit the screen. Can't stop thinking about yesterday. When can I see again? Jenna saw it. I came downstairs in my bathrobe to find her sitting at my kitchen table. Emma in her carrier on the floor, my phone in her hand. Her face was white, completely bloodless. Sarah, she said. Her voice was so quiet. So broken. Please tell me this isn't what I think it is. I couldn't speak. Couldn't move. Just stood there dripping on my own kitchen floor while my entire shattered. She read the messages out loud. Every single one she could find before I managed to cross the room and grab the phone. Months of messages. Plans. Stolen moments. Things I'd said about Marcus. Things I'd said about her. Were my sister. She whispered. Or Emma's godmother. How could? I don't remember what I said. Some pathetic attempt at explanation. Denial. Then confession, then begging. She left with Emma. Didn't cry. Didn't yell. Just left. Marcus came home from the gym an hour later to find me sobbing at the kitchen table. What happened? He asked, immediately concerned, immediately there for me like he'd always been. I told him everything. Marcus didn't yell. That's what broke me the most. He stood in our kitchen, still in his gym clothes, and listened to me confess that I'd been sleeping with my sister's boyfriend for months. That I'd betrayed him and Jenna and baby Emma, that I'd destroyed everything. He just stood there. His face went through these micro expressions I'd never seen before. Confusion. Pain. Disbelief, then nothing, complete blankness. How long? He finally asked. 7 months, I whispered. He nodded slowly, like he was processing information for a work project. Then he walked upstairs, packed a bag, and left. Didn't say another word. Just, gone. I called him 17 times that night. He didn't answer. I texted apologies until my fingers cramped. Nothing. Jenna called me once. At 3 a.m. I answered on the first ring. Don't ever contact me again, she said. Her voice was raw from crying. Don't call. Don't text. Don't come to my house. Or dead to me. Jenna, please. Held my daughter. Looked me in the eye every single day and lied. Helped me pick out her nursery furniture while we're sleeping with her father. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this, Sarah. Sorry doesn't give Emma back her family. Derek's gone. He left. Packed his stuff and left because he said he couldn't handle the drama. So now I'm a single mother because my sister couldn't keep her legs closed. The line went dead. I in the kitchen sink. By Sunday afternoon, my phone was exploding. My mom, my dad, Marcus's parents, friends, everyone knew. Jenna had told our mother, who told everyone else. And suddenly I was the villain in everyone's story. My mom's voicemail said, I don't understand how I raised someone capable of this. Don't call me until figure out how to fix what've done. There was no fixing it. I knew that. But I tried anyway. I showed at Jenna's apartment on Monday. She wouldn't open the door. I could hear Emma crying inside. Jenna, please. Let me explain. Explain what? Her voice came through the door. Explain how we're a terrible person. I already know. The whole family knows. Get away from my home. I love. Don't know what love is. Tuesday, Marcus served me with divorce papers. We'd been married 6 years. It took him 3 days to end it. I called him. He answered this time. Marcus, please. Can we talk? Can we try to? Try to what, Sarah? Work through this. Go to therapy. Slept with sister's boyfriend while she was pregnant. While we talked about having our own kids, every time came home to me, been with him. I know. I know, and I. Good. Should. His voice cracked. I planned my whole around. I trusted completely. That's gone now. Killed it. I still love Bon. He laughed. It was the worst sound I'd ever heard. Hollow and sharp. Don't cheat on people, love, Sarah. Don't lie to their face, every day. Don't help sister through her pregnancy while destroying her relationship. That's not love, that's just being selfish. He hung. Work found out by Wednesday. Small town, big mouths. I taught at the same high school I'd graduated from. Everyone knew everyone. My principal called me in for a meeting. We've had several parents reach out with concerns, she said. Not unkindly but firm. About judgment, character. They're uncomfortable with teaching their children. It was a personal matter. A role model, Sarah. These kids look to. And right now, we're the cautionary tale their parents are using to teach them about consequences. They didn't fire me. Technically. But they made it clear I should resign. For everyone's sake. I resigned on Thursday. By Friday, I'd lost my husband, my sister, my niece, my parents, my job, and most of my friends. The few who still talked to me did it with this careful distance, like I was contagious. Derek called me once. Saturday night. This is fault, he slurred. I lost my daughter because of. Lost daughter because cheated on her mother. Came on to me. No. We both made choices. Don't put this all on me. Jenna won't let me see Emma. Says I'm not safe. That I'm a cheater and a liar. Her lawyer is going for full custody. Good. I said, and meant it. Stay away from both of them. I blocked his number. The only smart thing I'd done in months. Sunday morning, I went to church. My family's church. Where I'd been baptized and confirmed and married. I thought maybe in that space I could find something. Forgiveness. Peace. Something. I walked in late. The service had started. Every head in the congregation turned to look at me. The whispers started immediately. I saw my parents in their usual pew. My mom's face hardened when she saw me. My dad looked away. I sat in the back. Alone. The sermon was about betrayal. About Judas. I don't think the pastor planned it that way. But the universe has a sick sense of humor. After the service, no one spoke to me. People actively moved away when I tried to approach. My mother walked past me like I was invisible. Only old Mrs. Patterson stopped. She was 80-something, had known me my whole. God forgives, dear. She said softly. But people don't. Not for this. She patted my hand and left. I haven't been back to church since. Marcus came by the house 2 weeks later to get more of his things. I tried to talk to him. Begged him to look at me. I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. This was a choice. Hundreds of choices. Every time met with him. Every time lied to me. Every time looked at pregnant sister and decided pleasure mattered more than her. Bon. I can change. I don't care. He said it so flatly. So final. I don't care if change. I don't care if you're sorry. I don't care about anymore at all. That's what did. Made me stop caring. That worse than anger. Worse than. Complete indifference. He took his stuff and left. I never saw him again except at the divorce hearing. Jenna posted pictures on social media. Emma's first time sitting. Her first tooth. Beautiful moments I should have been part of. Would have been part of. Each photo was a reminder of what I'd thrown away. I commented once. She's beautiful. Jenna blocked me. My lease was in June. The landlord didn't renew it. He was friends with Marcus's dad. I found a smaller apartment across town. Cheaper. Lonelier. The kind of place where no one knows name and no one wants to. I got a job at a retail store. Folding clothes. Ringing customers. A 32-year-old woman with a master's degree in English literature, working minimum wage because her reputation made her unemployable in her field. My coworker, a 19-year-old named Brittany, asked me one day why I wasn't teaching. Made some bad choices, I said. Like what? The kind can't take back. She didn't ask again. I started seeing a therapist. Court mandated, actually. Part of the divorce settlement. Marcus wanted it documented that I was seeking help before he'd agree to split our assets. Dr. Chen was patient. Professional. She didn't judge, at least not out loud. Why do you think did it? She asked in our third session. I don't know. Yes, do. I stared at her. At the box of tissues on the table between us. At the inspirational poster on the wall about growth. I felt invisible. I finally said, Marcus was great, stable, reliable, but he stopped seeing me. We were roommates who had occasionally. And Derek made me feel seen, wanted, special, so prioritized feeling special over integrity. Yes, and now I feel nuffy. Like I carved out all the good parts of, and there's nothing left. She nodded. Wrote something down. That emptiness is grief, Sarah. Or mourning the person thought were. The thought had. But can't grieve way out of consequences. Can only learn from them. I didn't go back. Therapy felt like admitting I was broken. And I wasn't ready to admit that yet. Christmas was the worst. I spent it alone in my apartment, eating microwave dinners and watching other people's families on TV. My phone was silent. No calls, no texts, no invitations. I drove past Jenna's apartment that night. Just to see. Her windows were lit, warm and golden. I could see the Christmas tree through the curtains. Could imagine Emma in there, almost a year old now, surrounded by family. My family. Who wanted nothing to do with me. I thought about knocking. Begging for forgiveness. But I knew what would happen. Jenna would call the police. I'd become even more pathetic than I already was, so I drove home and cried until I couldn't breathe. New Year's Eve, I made resolutions. Normal stuff, exercise more, read more, be better. But I couldn't figure out how to be better when I'd already destroyed everything good about who I was. Emma turned 1 in January. I saw the party photos on my mom's Facebook. She'd unblocked me, but only because she forgot I could see her posts. There was Jenna, smiling and holding Emma. There was my mom and dad, my aunts and uncles, cousins. Everyone I loved. I wasn't in a single photo. Edited out of the family like I'd never existed. The thing about consequences is they don't end. They don't have a finish line where I've suffered enough and get to start over. They just keep going, layering on top of each other, until can't remember what it felt like to breathe normally. It's been 2 years since everything fell apart. I'm 34 now, still working retail, still living in my cramped apartment with the water stain on the ceiling, and the neighbor who plays music too loud at 2 a.m. Marcus got remarried last spring. I found out through mutual friends who probably shouldn't have told me, but did, anyway. Her name is Rebecca, she's a nurse. Kind eyes in the photo I tortured by looking. They're expecting a baby in November. The family Marcus and I talked about having. He's having it. Just not with me. I'm happy for him. I really am. That's not sarcasm or bitterness. He deserves every good thing. He deserves a wife who doesn't lie to him. Who doesn't destroy him. I sent a card when I heard about the baby. Didn't sign it. Just wrote, "Congratulations. I'll be an amazing father." I don't know if he knew it was from me. I hope he'd away without reading it. Jenna is still a single mother. Derek's not in the picture at all. He moved to another state, dodges child support. Sends birthday cards twice a year like that counts for something. Emma's almost 3 now. I've seen exactly 2 photos in 2 years. Both accidentally through family members who forgot to adjust their privacy settings. She has Jenna's smile. My family's eyes. She's beautiful. She'll never know me. My mom called once. 6 months ago, I almost didn't answer. Father had a heart, she said. No greeting. No warmth. Is he okay? He's stable. He's asking for the family. I waited for the invitation that didn't come. That doesn't include me, does it? Silence. Then, Sarah, us, humiliated us. Everyone we know knows what did. I can't look at Jenna struggling to raise Emma alone without thinking about how caused it. I know. Do really understand what took from her. From all of us. Every single day. It's not enough. Her voice cracked. We're supposed to be the good one. The responsible one. The one we could count on. And it away for what? Some excitement, Some attention. Mom. Don't. Don't try to explain it to me again. There's no explanation that makes it okay. Sister needed, and betrayed her in the worst possible way. So no, or not invited to see father. Because it would upset Jenna, and she's actually been there for us. She's actually family. She hung. Dad recovered. I sent flowers to the hospital anonymously. I don't know if he ever knew they were from me. I tried dating once. Met a guy named Tom through a dating app. He was nice. Normal. We went out 3 times before I told him the truth. I don't know why I told him. Maybe because lying is what got me here. Maybe because I was testing him. He listened to the whole story. Didn't interrupt. When I finished, he was quiet for a long time. That's really messed, he finally said. I know. Like, I've made mistakes, but that's nuclear. I know. I don't think I can do this. Sorry. Seem nice now, but that level of betrayal. That's not something I can get past. He left money for his half of the dinner and walked out. I haven't tried dating since. Work is fine, I guess. I'm good at folding clothes. Great at it, actually. My manager keeps trying to promote me to shift lead. I keep declining. I don't want responsibility. Don't want people depending on me. I've proven I can't be trusted with that. Brittany, my coworker, is in college now. Studying psychology. She talks about her classes sometimes. About helping people. About making a difference. She's 21 and has her whole ahead of her. Should go back to school. She said last week. Get teaching license back or something. Can't. I resigned under circumstances that make me unhireable in education. What circumstances? I just looked at her. The bad choices thing. Yeah. Must have been really bad. The worst? She dropped it. But I could see her looking at me differently after that. Wondering what I'd done. Probably imagining something terrible. She'd be right. I go to the grocery store where Jenna used to shop, even though it's out of my way. I don't know why. Maybe hoping to run into her. Maybe hoping not to. I never do. But 3 months ago, I ran into Derek. He was in the cereal aisle. Looked rough, thinner, older, tired. Sarah. Derek. We stood there in uncomfortable silence while a lady squeezed past us to grab Cheerios. How've been? He asked. Does it matter? Guess not. He shifted his weight. I tried to see Emma last month. Jenna's lawyer sent a cease and desist. I have a daughter I've seen 3 times in her whole time. That's what happens when abandoned family. We both did that. Knew. Abandoned them. I destroyed them. There's a difference. He flinched. Still think about it sometimes. About us. Don't. My voice came out harder than I meant. There was no us. There was just 2 selfish people who everyone around them. That's not romance. That's not a relationship, it's just damage. Ever regret it? I looked at him. Really looked at him. This man I away my entire for. This man who wasn't even worth the sacrifice. He was just ordinary. Selfish and weak and ordinary. Every second of every day. I said. But regret doesn't fix anything. It doesn't give Jenna back her family. Doesn't give Emma her family. Doesn't give Marcus back the years he on me. It just sits there. Reminding of who really are. I left my cart and walked out of the store. Emma turned 3 last month. I bought a birthday present. A stuffed elephant, soft and gray with big floppy ears. Spent probably too much money on it considering my budget. Wrapped it carefully. Wrote a card. Dear Emma, happy 3rd birthday. I hope is filled with people who love the right way. Who protect. Who never let down. I'm sorry I couldn't be one of them. Love, Aunt Sarah. I drove to Jenna's apartment. Sat outside for 20 minutes, present in my lap, trying to decide if I should leave it at the door. Then Jenna came outside with Emma. Didn't see me. Emma was wearing a little pink dress, holding Jenna's hand. Chattering about something in that excited toddler way. Jenna was laughing, tired but happy, so clearly in love with her daughter. They got in the car and drove away. To the birthday party, probably. Surrounded by family who showed. Who kept their promises. Who could be trusted. I drove home and put the elephant in my closet. Couldn't bring to return it. Couldn't bring to deliver it either. It's still there. I see Dr. Chen again now. Went back 4 months ago when the loneliness got so heavy I couldn't sleep. When I started thinking maybe everyone would be better off if I just wasn't here anymore. Or experiencing depression, she said. Likely have been for a while. Or I'm just experiencing the natural consequences of being a terrible person. Both can be true. She leaned forward. Sarah, what did was wrong. Deeply wrong. Know that. Everyone knows that. But are still a human being. Still deserve to figure out how to live with what done. I don't know how. Neither how. But we'll figure it out together. I take antidepressants now. They don't make me happy. Don't make the guilt go away. Just make it possible to get out of bed in the morning. To go to work. To exist. Sometimes I think about writing to Jenna. A real letter. Explaining everything. Why I did it. How sorry I am. How I'd give anything to undo it. But what would be the point? She doesn't want my explanations, she wants me gone. And I owe her that much. Last week, I saw Marcus at the mall. He was with Rebecca, her belly round and beautiful. They were looking at baby clothes, holding tiny onesies to the light, laughing about something. He looked happy. Really, genuinely happy. The kind of happy I never made him. I ducked into a store before he could see me. Hid behind a rack of clearance jeans until they passed. Because even after everything, even after 2 years, I'm still a coward. That night, I looked in the bathroom mirror for a long time, trying to find the person I used to be. The good sister, the faithful wife, the dedicated teacher, the person people trusted. She's gone. I killed her. And this is who's left. Someone people cross the street to avoid. Someone whose own mother can't look at. Someone whose niece will grow hearing warnings about. Don't be like Aunt Sarah. She's what happens when make selfish choices. I'll be the family cautionary tale forever. The sister who destroyed everything. The woman who couldn't be trusted. The aunt who chose wrong and lost it all. There's no redemption arc here. No moment where I've suffered enough and earned forgiveness. No tearful reunion where Jenna hugs me and says we can start over. This is it. This is the rest of my minimum wage and a studio apartment and holidays alone. Watching from the outside while my family lives their lives without me. Knowing that Emma will grow happy and loved. Just not by me. Knowing that Marcus will be an amazing father to a child I'll never meet. Knowing that Jenna is stronger without me than she ever was with me. I did this. Every bit of it. And I have to live with it. Dr. Chen asked me yesterday what I'd say to someone else in my situation. Someone who'd made a terrible choice and lost everything. I don't know. I said. Try? About Brittany, and her whole ahead of her. About Emma, growing, learning right from wrong. About every person who'll ever face a choice between what they want and what's right. I'd tell them it's not worth it. I finally said. Whatever. Think you're getting, whatever hole, think it'll fill. Whatever excitement or attention or a feeling. Chasing, it's not worth what'll lose. It's never worth it. Would listen if someone told that. No, I thought I was different. Special. That the rules didn't apply to me because my situation was unique. Or because I deserved happiness, or whatever lie I told. But the rules do apply. Consequences don't care about justifications. She nodded. Wrote something down. I left her office and drove home through streets where people were living normal lives. Having dinner with family. Tucking kids into bed, making plans for tomorrow. All the ordinary moments I traded away for 7 months of stolen afternoons. Now I fold clothes at a retail store, and spend holidays alone and wonder what Emma's voice sounds like. Some nights I still dream about it. About going back. About that first moment in the kitchen when Derek stood too close and I felt that flutter. In the dreams, I walk away. I tell Marcus immediately. I protect my sister. I choose right. Then I wake in my empty apartment, and nothing has changed. Because in real, there are no do-overs. There's just and the wreckage and the slow painful work of figuring out how to exist as someone who broke every promise that mattered. Someone who taught that some mistakes don't just change, they ended entirely, leaving to haunt the edges of the world destroyed, invisible and alone, forever.